Hey guys, KRXUji here with another review. This time I'll read the Shuriken Gattai Deluxe Shurikenjin from Shuriken Sentai Ninninger. This is the Ninninger's main mecha that has two formations which you can switch between. So this includes several things: 5 Otome Nin, 1 Nin Shuriken Core, and 2 Shuriken Blades normally, but you get 3 more if you get the first released version. So let's take a look at the Otome Nin, which are the Shuriken are the Ninninger's machines. So what you'll first notice is that these are very varied and don't have much of a theme in common between them. And that is actually quite true, but they actually represent different aspects of Japan, and I'll get to that when I go over each one. So first up is Ninja's Shinobi Maru, who is a ninja. So his main color scheme is red and white with some gold accents. And as his name implies, he is a humanoid ninja. So starting off with the head, you can see that it is a head similar to that of Ninja himself, with the same kind of shuriken design on the face, done up in all silver. Some nice metallic blue eyes, and molded on nose and mouth. And one of the things that you'll see on all of these is that each of them have their respective Ninninger partners' shuriken design somewhere on them. Moving down, you got a gold chest plate with the Ninninger symbol on it. Got the shoulders here, which have paper lantern designs with shuriken molded on them. Have the arms, which are permanently bent at 90 degrees, or just about 90 degrees. Got the legs here, which are white with some red details on the sides, red knee pads, gold details around the knees. And then the lower legs, which are white with other red details. And at the back, you've got a joint right here, which will come into play later. And also, you can see that there's a fist sticking out right here. That will also come into play later. So, articulation-wise, you can rotate the head. So it's a little bit tough because of how small it is, and because you've got this piece in the back. Arms can move up and down. Legs are connected, so they can move forward and back like that, and then they bend at the knee. And so for Shinobi Maru, he represents Japan's martial arts. Next is Uninjured Maru, who is a dragon, representing Japan's mythology. So as you can see, a winged dragon, a long tail, some claws, and talons. Starting out with the head, you can see from the top, Ninja's shuriken shape. It's done in black with a silver border. Got nice red eyes, molded on teeth. Gold details on the side of his head are like horns. Nice kind of scaled patterns on the neck. It's painted in blue with black on the underside. Got the shoulders, which have the same kind of lanterns as Shinobi Maru. Blue molded arms. A chest piece, which is kind of sunken in but still has the Ninninger symbol there. We've got some red for the abdomen. Then the thighs are black with blue and gold details, and the lower legs and feet are blue. Got the wings, which have a kind of a kite pattern. It's nicely molded into them. Then the tail, which has scale detailings, spikes going along the back, and then that extends out into this gold part, which is made of a flexible plastic, but it's thick enough that it does manage to stay in place and won't get bent out of shape too easily. Articulation-wise, his arms move up and down. He can move at the hips, forward and back. And the lower legs are articulated at the knee. Next is Dump Maru, who represents Japan's labor industry. So it is a yellow dump truck. This is Key Ninja's mech. See it from the front. Got a black cab section with Key Ninja's Shuriken design right here, with black and silver outline. Little engine right here. Inside some mufflers. Silver front bumper, which is on this hinge joint that I'll get to later, as it's something that I do find confusing. You have some nice molded detail there. 4 plastic wheels with yellow rims. Spin quite well. Got the kind of back cab section, or the dump container, which is yellow plastic with some nice gold detailing on it. It is done up in gold plastic rather than gold paint, though there are some gold painted parts, and you can see that there is a difference between the color of the gold plastic and the gold paint. Down the back, just pretty flat details there. And on the bottom you have a nice undercarriage. There's not a lot of nice molded on detail. And it can roll around just fine. Next is Shiro Ninja's Maru, who represents Japan's love of cute things. So it is a dog. And this is something that kind of ties into bits of ninja culture, as in some ninja stories there are things called ninken, or ninja dogs, who are basically dogs who serve as as partners to ninja. And so here you can see the head, which has this kind of black cowl piece it's wearing. You got Shiro Ninja's Shuriken shape on the forehead. Dark blue eyes, paint running down the nose. It's kind of holding a double-ended kunai in its mouth, which can open and close. It's wearing a kind of silver scarf around its neck. Besides that, there's not too much paint on. You got some nice detailing on the sides. Both its front and back legs are molded together as 2 pieces, but they are articulated. Then you've got the tail piece, which is white for the most part, but then with a little bit of gold on the top. And last but not least is Momo Ninja's Maru, who represents Japan's advanced technology. So this is kind of going back to the more standard style of pink mechs, which are mostly black with some pink paint. Though interestingly, you've only got pink here on the front. So starting from the front, you've got the front cab section, which is black and gold with some pink paint on it running along the top and around the cockpit section. You've got Momo Ninja's Shuriken shape, with this green part to represent where the cockpit is. You got Shuriken designs on both sides. On the sides, you've got 2 more paper lanterns molded in here. Then a gold design here, which is similar to the one on Maru's tail. 2 red sections here, which connect to this middle part. And going to the other side, it's basically a reflection of this side, but with this part hollowed out. Then instead of pink, you've got white paint on. And then you've got another Shuriken design over here on this side. Got some nice molded detail and some sets of wheels on the bottom. so I can roll along. Next, you have the included Shuriken, which is the Otomo Shuriken. So this is the one that they use to summon their Otomo. So starting off with the core, you can see that it is different from the past Shuriken, as this one doesn't have any clear parts to the plastic or to the sticker, since there's no light here. It's also done up in black plastic rather than silver. And it has a button on the back, but this one doesn't have any kind of activation switch for when you put on a Shuriken blade. Taking a look at the details, you've got this face right here, which will become the face for Shurikenjin. The sticker back here, which has just this kind of gradient design that goes from a bronze orange to a green color. Got the Shurikenjin symbol right here, ninja symbol. Then a kanji here, which is the ki in kikai, meaning machine. So then you have the Shuriken Blades. The two that are included in all versions are this special version of the Uninjured Shuriken Blade and the special version of the Uninjured Shuriken Blade. And these are important because these are used to make the two formations that this thing has. Like I said at the beginning, there's a bonus version, which is the one I have. Then you get a Ki Ninja Shuriken Blade, a Shiro Ninja Shuriken Blade, and a Momo Ninja Shuriken Blade. Now these are not really anything special. These are actually the same versions that'll come with the respective Ninja Shuriken. Just for comparison, here is the other Shiro Ninja Shuriken Blade. As you can see, these two are identical. Though this is the first chance for you to get a Ki Ninja Shuriken Blade, which has this more kind of squared off design to the four blades. And then there's also Momo Ninja, which has a more rounded off design. And as usual, both of them have a molded on and on all four blades. And these can be used with any of the Ninja Shuriken. And so then getting to the sounds, you press the button on the back to activate the first sound, which is its name. And then you'll say the names of the 5 Otonin in order. And then it'll cycle back. Now the reason why it includes these 3 as a bonus is because when they summon it, they each have their own respective Ninshuriken on, with the exception of Akaninja and Aoninja, who use these special versions. So to demonstrate that, we'll bring in the Ninja Ichibanto and show them off one by one. So that was for Shinobi Maru. Next is Drago Maru. Then Dump Maru. Next is Maru. And finally, Maru. And it'll cycle back to the beginning with this too. Now with that out of the way, we can get to combine them into Shurikenjin. So to start, you're going to want to attach the Uninjured Shuriken on, like that, and then set it aside. So first we have to prepare them. So for Shinobi Maru, you just want to take the legs, move them forward 90 degrees, then bend the knees 90 degrees so he's in a sitting position. And he's ready to go. And take Drago Maru, detach his wings, clip them together right here to form the Drago shield, and detach the tail, which will become the Drago sword. Then fold the legs back, and then fold the knees forward to reveal the fist. After that, take Shinobi Maru, remove the front part, fold in the right wheel, and twist the fist like that, and fold in the left wheel. You got the other arm ready. For the body, take the front part, fold that down until it clicks in place, and fold down these two footrests. And then you've got that. For Maru, fold his head up, and fold in both sets of legs. Take it and place it into this cavity in Maru. And for Maru, I'll flip that around. Here's these two joints. Fold them in like so, and fold it until it stands up like that. Then we can combine them. So take the torso, attach both arms, take this section and slide it onto here, like so. And to release it, you have a lever back here that you hold up and then slide forward. Then take Shinobi Maru. Gonna take these two clips on the back and plug him in right here. And you'll see these two little handles here. You're gonna lift up his arms a little bit and place his hands on the handles. Then take the Drago sword, put it in the right hand. Take the Drago shield and clip in these two clips into the two holes right here. And take the Uninjured Shuriken, fold the face up 90 degrees. There you go. I want to take it and attach these two clips right here and here on top of the torso. And that'll activate the transformation sound. So doing it like this. Shurikenjin is complete. So here we have Shurikenjin, and as you can see, there are a lot of kind of unified design elements here, though one thing that does stand out is how you see that Shinobi Maru here is sitting in this kind of chair and basically piloting the entire thing. Now, basically, while it's a weird design choice, the kind of concept here that I kind of figured out is that what they're going for is that Shurikenjin is supposed to be kind of a kind of a mechanized parade float for a Japanese festival. As you've got these kind of traditional Japanese paper lanterns that you'd see at festivals. It's got these gilded designs to it. And kind of the biggest tip-off is what it says when it combines, which is soya, soya, washoi, ninja. And things like soya and washoi are things said by people who carry a mikoshi, or a portable shrine at Japanese festivals. And that's basically what this cockpit section is supposed to be, is a portable shrine. So, kind of the whole concept about Shurikenjin is that it's kind of a robot embodiment of a Japanese celebration. Or in other words, it's celebrating Japan in and of itself. So taking a look at the head, you can see the face here, but then you can see that the Tonin Shuriken, or rather the Shuriken blade, forms a kind of a crest here, with a shuriken-shaped emblem on the front. Got the kind of designs going down here and here, which have the same kind of texture to it. As I pointed out, looking at them individually, you have all these different paper lanterns, as well as these matching gold details, and really help give it a unified design, despite the individual pieces looking so different. Articulation-wise, for the arms it's pretty standard. You just rotate 360 degrees. Though not intended, you also get an extra joint in the right wrist, thanks to the transformation. What's most surprising here are the legs, which actually have a lot more articulation than your standard Sentai mech. You can go forward 90 degrees and go back 90 degrees. Go in and out, and have workable knee joints. What this means is that you can actually get Shurikenjin into some pretty dynamic poses if you wanted to. So for example, something like this is possible. And that's pretty cool. Though the one thing that I really do find confusing about the design is this front bumper. As I showed during the transformation, this doesn't fold anywhere in. This also isn't supposed to fold outward either. So to me, I just find this hinge to be kind of pointless, because there's really no reason for this to be on this joint. It doesn't detach, there aren't any kind of clips on the underside, so it doesn't seem like anything's going to attach there. And I just find it confusing to have just a useless jointed part on a mech. As far as post-transformation electronics go, by pressing the button on top again, you can hear the finish of the transformation sound. Shurikenjin! Just like that. Shurikenjin! Admittedly, I think it would have been nice if they could have used that for a special attack sound. So, after that, we can switch it into Shurikenjin Drago. So to do that, first, remove the Drago sword and Drago shield. Take off the Otonin Shuriken. and switch the Uninjured Shuriken Blade with the Uninjured Shuriken Blade. Then take this piece and fold it all the way like that. Next, remove Shinobi Maru from the chair here. And remove Drago Maru as an arm. Then fold Shinobi Maru's legs in completely like this. Then fold them down like so, that he becomes another arm. So to actually finish up the arm, you're going to rotate the head 360 degrees so that the face is facing inward. Then move up the arms 90 degrees. Then put him where Drago Maru was. And as for Drago Maru, I'm going to fold it back the legs until this point. Then bend this part out 90 degrees. Clip him in like that. Put his arms onto the handles. And fold up the footrests like that. Next, take the two wings. You're going to want to clip them back here and here. Then take the Drago sword and clip it back here as the tail. Fold out the arms. Fold the legs forward 90 degrees, then bend the knees once. Then take the Otonin Shuriken and attach this slot onto these two clips on the head. And there you have Shurikenjin Drago. Just giving the transformation one more time with it stationary. And so there we go. So as you can see, now it's kind of bent over and turned into a dragon. You can see that the Otonin Shuriken now becomes the dragon head, with a little face right here, a couple of painted on red eyes, gold tipped nose, with a shuriken design. Then the face of regular Shurikenjin becomes the lower jaw, which can open and close, though you do reveal the face on the inside, which kind of doubles as a tongue here. The arms are still articulated, as well as the legs, although in this case it kind of has to be hunched over for the effect. You got the wings back here, and the tail. And if you want, you can technically have Shurikenjin with these wings, though it's not an official formation. The interesting thing about Shurikenjin Drago is that it's a formation that really looks best from an angle, not completely from the front or from the side, because if you look at it from over here, you can clearly see Drago Maru's head. But like the best way to look at it is from a kind of diagonal angle, so that way you can see the head, you can see the wings and the tail, and it kind of hides Drago Maru's head down there. Which is pretty interesting. And similar to Shurikenjin, pressing the button on the top again will say its name again. And so then we can turn it back into Shurikenjin pretty simply. To release the shuriken from the head, you gotta hold in these two buttons, then pop it off. Move that from here. Reform the shield. And I apologize that this review is going on for longer than I usually do, but there is really a lot to go over with Shurikenjin. Actually, I kind of realized now that I didn't have to detach that arm. Another way to do the attachment of the head is something that's similar to the show, which is to fold this up all the way like this, then place it on the head, and fold the face down, like so. So now I'll just bring back the other things into the shot. So Shurikenjin is a very interesting case in my opinion. Initially, I was kind of just put off by it because I really did find it weird to begin with. From, the variance in the individual machines to the combined formation with, basically one of the mechs piloting the whole thing in this little chair. It was something that came off as strange to me, and it did for a while until I did a little bit of research and basically kind of figured out on my own what was never quite explained by the designers, at least not completely in terms of what they were going for. There were some things that were explained by producers in interviews, but not everything. And once I managed to figure this out on my own, I kind of gained a newfound appreciation for it, because while it is the kind of thing that would be confusing to people outside of Japan, for those in Japan it's quite nice, and really when you actually find out what it's all supposed to mean, it's kind of brilliant. And I mean, in all honesty, I do really like that everything comes together with these unified design elements where it looks like it was always meant to combine together. Whereas, with other mechas you'll have some kind of unified elements, but a lot of times you'll still be able to see that they were individual pieces first, and then a combined mecha second. So, I definitely kind of appreciate it from a design standpoint. And from a play standpoint, it's not too bad either. It's going back to a more simple kind of mecha where really the combining of it is the fun part, and it is pretty fun to combine. It's got a simple but intuitive transformation, and it's nice that you have an alternate formation with Kangan Drago. And as far as the head goes, and say that, yeah, it's a little bit weird having this big block for a head, and it doesn't look all too good as Shurikenjin Drago. But I do feel like it was the best way for them to incorporate sounds into the mecha, and not be too intrusive. Though I will still say I wish that for post-combination sounds, pressing the button again did give a special attack sound, instead of just repeating part of the transformation. or rather combination sound. And now as far as the versions go, yeah, it might be a little bit hard to get your hands on a first release version, but the way to tell is that the first release bonus version is the same box as the normal version, but it will have a kind of a metallic silver sticker planted on it, kind of placed on the front. However, the thing about that is that, as I kind of explained when I went over the Shuriken, you only need the two included with it for playability on its own, and technically you don't even need these three for its functionality with the Ninja ET Banto. Those are just for show accuracy, and it's the kind of thing where it's kind of an early way to get them, but you know, if you hold out, you can eventually get those three Shuriken normally and still be able to use them with the Otonin Shuriken. So it's a nice bonus to get, but it's not a necessary bonus. So overall, I'd say that if you're a fan of Ninninger, this is definitely a nice mech to pick up. It's simple but fun, with a nice design that, while kind of confusing at first, is something that is really brilliant in my opinion. I mean, the only problem with it was just how it wasn't well explained, but it is a nice design. So, definitely something I can recommend. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more videos, as well as my Facebook page. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.